One of the most intimidating and passionate environments in all of college football. More than 87,000 will be watching that eagle fly overhead and getting set to back their beloved Auburn Tigers. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense takes the field for the first time today. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. The receiver on the jet sweep. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Love the play call offensively, attacking this defense in a lot of different ways. That time they used the jet sweep. They used the speed of the wide receiver to generate yet another first down.
The give to the back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, the running back has it. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest and pound that rock.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Wants to throw. It's Vandergrift. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So Auburn's offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Auburn lines up quickly. Fast motion from the offense. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
The lone back's got it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Vandergrift. Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing it.
Snap it to the back. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that 1st down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's caught downfield. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Trying to beat them to the edge with the jet sweep. Got enough space. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Defenses have got to play with great eye discipline, especially when you're facing teams that will run the jet sweep. You've got to be able to locate the football extremely quickly, and defense did not do a good job of it that time.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Down in tight to the goal line, you saw some good movement up front by the offensive line, getting a push and giving that running back a chance.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Arizona State answered the bell away from Tempe today with an impressive victory. The Sun Devils knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Pulls and fires complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They feed him again. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. The Tigers are flying down the field. The Tigers, dating to the days of Shook Jordan and Pat Dye, love to keep the ball on the ground.
And the stadium goes nuts, and the eagle flies, and everybody's happy. Run the football, win football games. It's good times on the plains.
They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Quick catch on third down. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances, third downs. And having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Smashes it between the uprights. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Handoff to the lone back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try the run. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking for a man. It's Vandergrift. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. It's complete. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a first down like they did right there.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And the offense tries to slip in the screen. That's a good play on 3rd and short if you can get them aggressive and the defense aggressive, but the defense sniffed it out, shut that play down before it even started.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Looking for a gap. It's Cobb. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26. They really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the 1st down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. To throw, it's Vandergrift. He's got it down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass to catch.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Couldn't fight his way out of his grasp.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Getting some heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Between the uprights, it's good. Hold on just a second. A flag down. Let's see what's up with the cap.
Defense.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that too. Get the quarterback on the move. And here's the thing. If I get close and I get stopped.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Wildcats!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into games, too, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Snatch it quickly on the left. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Auburn lines up quickly. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Offense, quick tempo.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. You can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Got it behind the line. It's Thompson. At the 45 on its way. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Lets it fly deep downfield. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, the ground game. They almost got a 1st down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Caught near the sticks. It's Cobb. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied. And
I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. And he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him tonight.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking downfield, it's Vandergrift. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. They want to just keep throwing it. Grab near the marker. It's key. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. The longer they wait and get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Caught near the sideline, it's Anderson. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell.
Throws toward the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work in Auburn, Alabama so far, and welcome into the halftime report. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Tigers moving quickly to the line. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Caught behind the line. It's Alston. They get him down after he makes the catch. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
The play action fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Going to the ground. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
Yeah, and he did a really good job selling this, dropping back to pass, waiting a little bit of time, and giving his running back a chance to run down the field. He runs the wheel route. He's open, throws a strike, gets in for the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed it.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking downfield, it's Vandergrift. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. All kinds of time in the pocket. Down the middle it goes. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Love the play call by the offensive coordinator. Always love being aggressive and trying to take shots, but that play worked because there was zero pressure coming from the defense. Quarterback had all day to scan the field.
He'll take another shot here. And he pulls it in at the 15. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Wilcox. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. He's looking downfield to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. After finishing a drive with a field goal earlier, this one will be a 33-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing. And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Second down coming up. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads to the wideout. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
From the red zone, it's Wilcox. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wildcats will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats! When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Looking for room, it's Alston. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The give on 4th down. They knock him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Auburn. In their own territory, but completely undaunted as they go for it and make it on 4th down.
And it's crazy. I don't even think you have a second thought anymore. Even in your own side of the field, like, what, I'm going to have bad field position? Nah, I don't really care. We're going to go for it. We're going to play the numbers. We're going to be aggressive.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line as they get set to snap it just about to reach the end of the quarter. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected.
Going up top. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Dropping back, it's Vandergrift. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Leaves it with the running back. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Right back to the well.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back, put the pressure on their own defense.
On 3rd down, going up top. Going to take a shot at this DB. And he's got it inside the 35.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
And the Wildcats have their offense in high gear. From the gun. Give on the inside. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. They've already peeled more than 3 minutes off the clock on this drive as they stand over the ball on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Vandergrift. And that one's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Off the play fake. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Temple is ahead right now in South Philly, but this game is a long way from being over. Better hold off on the run to Geno's for the time being. They're up by just 1 over East Carolina. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Going to try to get it himself. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Makes the grab. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Really nice job by the quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
After the misfire, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
And the Tigers headed quickly to the line. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And deep.
Fires one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. 8th play of the drive coming up. He wants to throw it again. Dumps it to the back. Got it in the middle. It's Green. Off he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. He's looking to throw. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They'll line up for a second down play. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. The throw. The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Really need positive yards on second down. After the incompletion, they'll snap it from the 44. Pulls and throws off the RPO. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Going up top on first down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Tigers! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with a big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
And they did have to knock through the extra point to move on top, and they have the lead in the 4th. And that one ought to set us up for quite a finish. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. He'll come out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's key. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the fourth. To the air, it's Vandergriff. Here's a throw downfield late. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. They're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
He's going to pass on second down. This time, he's got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Gotta have it here on fourth down. He's going up top here late in the game. He's got it down the left side. Touchdown, Kentucky. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Kentucky, 38, Auburn, 31.
Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He'll start this drive firing. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on first down. He's taking a deep shot. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody, like forcing an incompletion.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about